Hello and welcome to my channel. It has been a while, but now I got some spring feelings today and thought we could do a little spring flower. So I have, as you saw in the beginning of the recording, done a little sketch of a flower. And I used a Copic multiliner, water and Copic proof. It's pigment ink and it's a 003. So it's really thin and it's refillable, so you can use it for a really long time. So this is a nice pen that I love. So we are going with some greens and blues today, or almost lilac color. So we don't need to say so much more. I'm going to start painting and let's paint along. Take your brushes and your pen, do a sketch or copy a sketch somewhere and just have a bit of relaxing time with me. So let's begin. I'm going to prepare some colors and I'm going to use paints from Art to Basic. It's handmade watercolors from Netherlands, or Italy. They have moved now, so the owners is living in Italy. So I'm preparing a thin amount of color. And I'm blending number 243 and number 24. So it's a blue and a pink tone. And I want this to be kind of something like this. Then you can check it on your paper if it's too thick or too much pigment in it. But I think this will be nice. It's going to not use so much. This will sometimes I do the painting first and do the ink afterwards, but this time I was in the sketching mood, so I sketched and realized that I need to put some color on it too, to get it a little bit more fun. So that was the green. No, that was the purple. And now we're going for the green. And this is also Art to Basic, and this is number 5. Add a little bit more color to it, and a little bit more water, so we get a nice amount. And I'm adding a little bit of black to it to get a more damp color. So screaming green. Okay. So I'm going for a thin layer and a light layer. So I'm going to go in with some water, and I'm just make my paper a bit damp. And I'm also going to do this one. So I'm wetting this. And I don't want them to kind of flow together and get purple everywhere. So I'm just adding 2 spots at a time. Can add a little bit on this one. I'm not going to put so much on that, but for now. So then I'm going in with a light color and letting it spread as it wish. A little bit too much water on this one. So I'm just taking my brush and soaking it back up. I don't want it to move too much. So then I'm going to take a little bit of water on this one. Not all the way, I want it to just give part of it some color. And in the middle of the flower we have a bit of yellowish tone on these flowers. So while this is still a little bit wet down here, I'm going to add a little bit of brownish tone. Maybe we will go with the number 138. It's a little bit of yellowish tone. And then the brown number 32. So we still have it yellowish, but as I don't like yellow, I want to have it a little bit more kind of brownish in the tone. Picking up a little bit more of that color. And when you go in and fix your colors, remember that you need to have a dry or just a damp brush. If you go in with the water, it will make blooms, and I don't think you want that. Sometimes we want it, but most of the time we don't want to have any blooms. Okay, so let's go with the part of this petal in the middle. And just a bit of damp, letting it soak into the paper. And going to add a little bit water on this one too. Taking a smaller brush and picking up a bit of the color. So let's move over to this side and add a bit of water on this part. And then we have the bud that also need to have some color. The buds always are darker than the flowers, so this one will get a little more pigment in the color. So I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and then we are going to go in and do some of the green. So while this was drying, I added some color swatches so we can remember what color we used. So let's go in with the green. Going to blend it a little bit so we are sure that the pigments are where they should be. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of green on this part. Going back with just water and wetting this area. Soaking up a little bit of water so we don't get too much. And again, I'm going to add a little bit of kind of brownish color, but really diluted, so we get a little bit more of a darker tone on these parts where the stem is a bit thicker. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go and add the color on the part where the flower is kind of growing out of. Kind of almost dry brushing. leave this to dry, but I want to splatter a little bit of green around this. Just to make it a little bit more liveful. So a little bit of more drying, and then we're going to go in with the pen and see if we can add a little bit more shadows and tones with a little bit of more darkness from the pen. So I'm going to take a Micron 005, so it's a little bit thicker than I had from the beginning. And that's just because it's easier to make some more marks. I still want the flower to be seen properly. What parts that kind of sticks together. These small marks that kind of helps the flower to keep its way of the petals to go. Don't want it everywhere, but still. I want the parts to be seen. So something like that. I don't want these to be so neat. I decided to add the colors I used and then which one I have blended, so we can see that easily with the numbers. Putting in some roots that always comes out of this. Okay, I'm not going to overdo it, so I will stop there. So let's add the numbers of the colors so we remember that. So the pink was number 24. And then we had the yellowish tone, 138. And we had the blue, 243. And we had the green, number 5. The brown is number 32. And then the flower that was 24 plus 243. And the green was 32 plus 5. And this one was 138 plus 32. So now I think we have all the numbers too. And I'm adding my little signature down here. So that was a bit of painting today, and I hope you liked it and got a little bit inspired to go and find the spring. Thank you so much for watching, and please give me a thumbs up, and it's not any cost for you to be a subscriber and help me to grow a little bit of this channel. So until next time, bye bye from Sweden.